first off, for both of you, why did you initially want to even get involved with Neutrogena and the First Frame program?
Yes. Well, my sister and I were so inspired when we heard about this Neutrogena First Frame program because it is a newly introduced initiative from Neutrogena Studios that provides a platform for people of a diverse background to tell their stories about the skin that they're in. So when we heard that, my sister and I were like, yes, okay, because first of all, it's really important for us as Black women and to just talk about our Black experience and creatively write our stories and let people hear them because it impacts so much of us and it will resonate with so much of us and helps us to accept the skin that we are in. So my sister and I were just really grateful to kind of put our 2 cents in with these amazing girls at Ghetto Film School. And we're just so grateful to be a part of the creative process.
Yes. And when selecting these films, what made these in particular stand out to you? Like, what were some messages and themes in these particular two that were chosen that made you want to, say this is what we need right now?
I think the reason why these two stories, we chose them was because there was a piece in both stories that resonated with us. And they were just so beautifully told. And it was just so creative, so out of the box in how they shared these stories. And I think that's what it was. And I'm so proud of both of those beautiful young women. And it's just really exciting. I just love it.
And you both are like industry, I think we can call you industry veterans right now, because y'all, you all both have been in the game for a while at this point. Do you think your experience, both like in the music industry and in the film and TV industry, have been able to, give you a different lens and kind of a shape on what to, look out for as far as content that would resonate with people? Do you think like your time in the industry has helped you, I guess, have a clear eye for what to expect from people?
Absolutely. I definitely think so. I think as a creative, when you start making things, whether it be music or being involved in acting, TV or movies, you really start to get a grasp on what you like, number one, and maybe what people like as well. But I definitely go for what my heart gravitates towards too, and my sister, and I think sometimes we get advice from our little brother if it's about music or TV shows, because he's young and he always knows. So like things like that, I think we just have to follow our gut instinct and then just see what happens. But stories that are so true and close to home, like these, are very important. And I feel like resonate so much with our community and are very important to have. So, yeah.
And do you think this is the start of you both being more involved behind the scenes? Like we know you've been acting a lot. Both you have on a show, have films coming out. Do you see this as a start of doing more like directing, writing, producing, all of that stuff? Because this is kind of like, I guess, a taste of that in helping Neutrogena select these films. So what does that look? What does the horizon look like for you both on that end?
I don't see why not. In terms of this, it was completely those two beautiful young ladies who led the process with these films. So, we didn't have a hand in that. We just picked which ones resonated the most with us and like little nuggets to pick out and here and there. So all kudos to both of those beautiful women, to them. But, you never know. My sister and I are so heavily involved when it comes to our music process. We executive produced all of our albums and projects that we've done together. So you never know.
I definitely think that not as far as like the ancient, the main things like directing and writing, but even just the having the creative energy and the creative guidance to know, hey, like this is an idea that you have, but then sometimes those ideas come from emerging filmmakers. I mean, even exactly for this program right here. So I think that even in choosing these programs, it's like, okay, well, Chloe and Halle have an eye for what people definitely want to see. And then lastly, we've been through so much these past 2 years in this panoramic, still Italy, we're still even on Zoom. Like I was saying before we even ended this call, like I think 2 years into using Zoom, I think I've finally gotten to be able to navigate it a little bit. But what are some things that you both think you've learned about yourself over the pandemic, and how you think those lessons have impacted your craft as artists and creatives?
Oh, wow.
Make you
That's
think.
a good question. Well, I've learned, I don't know, maybe I've always known this about myself, but I think once we all went virtual, I think I realized how much I love to be indoors, how much I love to be home. But I think I recognized, and I was talking about this earlier, just my strength. And my sister kind of watching my sister has helped me realize this about myself as well, just how inspiring she is in the way she works and the way she moves, and just seeing somebody just go so hard for what they love is so powerful and is so amazing. And I think in the midst of this pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic, we released our album Ungodly Hour. And so getting to do that whole journey together and do performances from home together, it really made us realize our strength and how much, even though we're in the midst of this scary time together, how much we can accomplish, even though it's scary and hard, how much we really can do. And even now that we're kind of still in the midst of it, and how we all have been just so strong in withstanding this period of time and learning that life goes on, and looking at what we can really do. So I think that's what I've kind of learned about myself. Yeah.
I definitely have to agree with everything Sis said. I think it's taught me, well, it's still teaching me that it's okay to be alone. Some days I'm like enjoying being alone in my apartment. Other days I'm like, I'm going crazy. I feel claustrophobic. What am I doing? But I definitely think the pandemic has taught us to appreciate your loved ones even more. And, no day is ever promised. And to also appreciate yourself and self-love and self-care, because when all the nail salons were closed, when I couldn't get lash extensions, when I didn't get my hair done, I said, oh, whoa there, I gotta appreciate myself for who I am.
That was me in a haircut. That was me in a haircuts. I mean,
right? And I gotta learn.
It was a struggle.
Yeah, I gotta learn the self-care process internally first before anything external matters. So
yeah. Well, thank you both so much for chatting with me. It's a pleasure as always. And I just had to say, like, talking about the pandemic, those live performances of Do It literally got me through the early months of the pandemic. I was like, what are they going to do next? Like, how are they, like, what are they going to switch it? So, like, kudos to you for, like, always keeping us blessed with content, music, all these projects. And thank you so much for chatting with me. And I can't wait for everyone to see these Neutrogena films. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.